Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost on Thursday became the first ever pope from the United States, a surprise selection by 133 cardinals from across the globe on the second day of the papal conclave in Rome. The new pontiff, who took the name Leo XIV, greeted the thousands of exuberant faithful and onlookers, many overcome with emotion as he spoke from the red velvet-draped central balcony at St. Peter's Square. "Peace be with you," he told the cheering crowd in fluent Italian. Leo, who became the Church's 267th pope, also spoke in Spanish but not English in his brief address. Prevost, 69 and originally from Chicago, has spent most of his career as a missionary in Peru and has dual Peruvian nationality. He became a cardinal only in 2023 and less than 2 years later will officiate his first Mass as Pope Friday, May 9, in the Sistine Chapel at 11 a.m. local time, 5 a.m. ET. Leo thanked Pope Francis and repeated his predecessor's call for a church that is engaged with the modern world and is always looking for peace, charity and being close to people, especially those who are suffering. He wasn't one of the names mentioned frequently as top contenders to succeed Francis, who died April 21. He had attracted interest from his peers because of his quiet style and backing of Francis's 12-year papacy, especially his devotion to social justice issues. Leo is considered a centrist, so perhaps a compromise choice, but is not seen as open to the LGBTQ+ community the way Francis was. Leo appeared on the central balcony of St. Peter's Basilica on May 8 after white smoke had billowed from a chimney atop the Sistine Chapel, signifying the 133 cardinal electors had chosen a new leader for the 1.4 billion-member Catholic Church. "Peace be with you," he told the adoring crowd, pointing out those were the words Jesus Christ used to greet his disciples after his resurrection. You can read the full text of his remarks here, while Francis picked a name that had never been used by a pontiff as he honored St. Francis of Assisi, the newest pope, took a more traditional route. 13 previous leaders of the Catholic Church had gone by the name Leo, though none since the election of Leo XIII in 1878. During his 25-year tenure, the fourth longest on record, Leo XIII became known as a reformer who advocated for diplomacy and scientific progress while positioning the Church as a defender of human rights. Vatican spokesman Matteo Bruni told reporters the newly installed pope chose his name as a nod to the last pontiff named Leo. Margaret Thompson, an associate professor of history at Syracuse University, called that a powerful choice. Leo XIII is considered the father of Catholic social teaching, Thompson said. This signals a potential emphasis on justice, labor and the Church's role in the modern world. Leo's first Latin Mass will be broadcast live on Vatican News's YouTube channel. Leo's debut wardrobe was different than Francis's. Here's what changed. Upon his arrival to St. Peter's Basilica balcony on May 8, the newly elected Leo wore a bright red shoulder cover and ornately decorated stole, a contrast from the stark white attire the late Francis wore while stepping out on the balcony more than a decade ago. While Leo XIV's attire may have appeared lavish compared to Francis's, the new pontiff actually took a more traditional approach. Rev. Bruce Morrill, a theology professor at Vanderbilt University, told USA Today on May 8. For centuries, newly elected popes have worn a white cassock, ankle-length clerical coat, white zucchetto, skull cap, red pellegrina, shoulder cover, red and golden stole, and a pectoral cross, large cross worn as a necklace, Morrill explained. Each piece of the ensemble holds an important meaning in the Catholic faith. The pellegrina, or shoulder cape, is attached to the cassock and is not limited to popes. Cardinals, bishops and priests can also wear the piece of clothing, which is why new popes often wear a red one. The red and gold stole Leo wore on May 8 features ornate illustrations of the four Gospels in the New Testament minus Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, Morrill said. Vice President J.D. Vance, 40, congratulated Leo in a post on X, saying, "I'm sure millions of American Catholics and other Christians will pray for his successful work leading the Church."